Hey guys, welcome back to the Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker HD walkthrough. This is part C of Chapter 7. So, later on in the next video, part D, we'll actually be picking up the heart piece from the Rito guy's girlfriend that she sends in the mail. But you can just play the Song of Passing a couple times, and you'll be able to get it then. But right now, after being at Dragon Roost, we want to head east 1 to Flight Control Platform. You'll see a large flock of birds as you get close, but don't worry, that doesn't signify a big octo in this case. There's just a lot of birds that like to fly around the flight control platform, because I suppose it's a place to fly. Once you're here, there will be some Rito guys here. You want to talk to him, and he will let you play a game, a flying game, actually. And he is a bit confused at why you want to play, but the goal is basically to fly from the high platform all the way to the goalposts at the end. So in my opinion, this is probably the hardest minigame, because it requires really good timing or really good luck if you want to do it that way. But I edited out my failed attempts, which there were many, so probably around 10 minutes of failure. So it's the hardest one for me anyways. What you really want to do here, first of all, you have to change the wind with your Wind Waker to so that it's going northwest. And then you want to jump off, but don't use your Deku Leaf right away. Get as far as you can without hitting the water, then pull out the Deku Leaf and hit the first tornado. Then you want to go up and try and hit the third tornado. And once you've hit the third tornado, just keep going forward and don't go for any other tornadoes. If you hit the other tornadoes, you should be okay, but if you try and swerve, you'll probably run out of magic. So luckily, I made it look easier here because I cut out my failed attempts, but it's actually quite a bit harder than this. So at least in my opinion, you guys might be pros at it. I'm not sure, but once you play the game, you will get heart piece number 27. So now that you finished up with that game, we are going to head south one sector to Starbelt Archipelago. What's actually funny here is, in my case, I met up with the Ghost Ship, which has a possibility of being there on nights when a little bit of the moon is gone from the left side. Don't worry about it if you ever see this while you're sailing around the Ghost Ship. We won't be able to do anything with it till much later in the game. And there's really... It won't harm you to go and buy and touch it. You can just sail right through it. Nothing will happen. So if you see it, don't worry. No need to be alarmed. But what we're looking for in this sector is the platform here. So head to the platform and take out all of the cannons around it, as we usually do. Also watch out for the sea hats. They can be quite annoying. After you've taken out the cannons, you can head up the ladder. Of course, taking out the cannons is optional on this part, but I still like to do it. It's good practice, if nothing else, but it helps me get to the platform, and that way when I'm leaving, they're not shooting at me. Once you're up here, you can kill the bokoblins. If you haven't gotten your joy pendants, another great opportunity to do that. And you'll see there's a treasure chest, a good-looking one here, so it's probably a pretty good treasure. So pick up the treasure for treasure chart number 44. Again, since this is 42 through 46, this is not in the GameCube version. I'm not sure what is here in the GameCube version. It might be a spoil item, or it might just be 200 rupees. It might be a heart piece. I'm not 100%. Maybe I'll add an annotation there, I suppose. I could do that. So we're not done here at Starbelt Archipelago because we have a treasure chart that we can pick up. So go ahead and pick that treasure chart up for 200 more rupees. It's important that we pick these up because we'll be spending a lot of our rupees in the near future. After you've picked that up, we're going to go west 2 sectors to Eastern Fairy Island, where there's another treasure we can pick up. Also, if you haven't gotten the first bomb upgrade from here, first or second, you can get them in either order. We got that back in Chapter 5, but now's a good time to do that if you didn't watch that chapter or just didn't get it then. So you can pick up the treasure that is here for another 200 rupees. We're going to go on a little treasure hunting spree for a little bit here. So the next treasure is 1 sector south, which I haven't actually mapped out yet, and there isn't an island here. We'll find out why in the next chapter, or we'll find out what this island is used for, or this sector I should say, in the next chapter, but we can still grab the treasure there. So we have a treasure chart that looks like there's a treasure near kind of a ring with a large I guess ball on the top of it. That's the one corresponding to this sector. So it might be kind of hard to find because you can't really use the treasure chart. Here it's more towards the middle of the sector. And if you don't get this one now, it's not a huge deal, although you might be just a little shy of rupees. Probably not, but if you get all of the treasure that I'm getting in this chapter. So if you do miss this one, it's not a huge deal. But you can open this one up for 200 more rupees. Now we want to head southeast to Bomb Island. We've passed up Bomb Island before when we were heading to Forest Haven, but there wasn't much we could do there because we didn't have bombs. However, now that we have bombs, we can go to the hidden cave that's on the island. So there's a couple things of interest here. If you haven't gotten the submarine in this sector yet, there is one. We got that back in Chapter 4. It contains an empty bottle. go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, there's a traveling merchant here, and we'll do more with him later. I want to do the trading side quest all in one go, and technically I could do it now, but I'd rather do it later in the game, when we have the ability to warp around the world, because it's just a lot faster. So anyways, you can go to the top and blow up the big rock on the top, and you'll go down to this fiery cave. So in this first room there are 2 magtails here. What you want to do is stun them by either using your sword or your grappling hook or boomerang or something, so that they're like little rocks. Be sure not to knock them back into the lava, because then they'll just respawn. And also don't parry their attack. Then you can pick them up and set them on the switch, whichever one. They'll keep respawning too if you kill them, so don't worry about killing them. And then head through the next door. So this room's a little tricky. You first want to go towards your left on the narrow passageway, the little narrow lava isthmus, and press the switch at the end of it. So it might be a little tricky, but shouldn't have too much trouble doing it. The controls on the Wii U are pretty good, and GameCube for that matter. Then you want to head back, or you can take the easy route and just fall in the lava. Either way is fine. I was having a little trouble with that. Then you want to head up to the larger platform. There are some more magtails up there. So these magtails, you'll see there's fire blocking a treasure chest, and then there's, on the left and the right, there are fire blocking switches. So what you have to do is stun the magtails and throw them onto the switches. So this part can also be a little tricky, just because you have to throw them perfectly in the center for the magtails to fall on the switches, which can be a bit annoying. But as long as you line it up correctly, you shouldn't have much of a problem. And I'm pretty sure you can do either right or left first. It doesn't really matter. As you can see from the video, it is a little tricky lining these guys up with the switches, but once you've done that, you can head up to the highest platform and open the chest for heart piece number 28. Then you can either walk all the way back or just jump in the lava to get back to the door. So back out on the island, you can head back to the King of Red Lions. And our next destination is to the southwest on Ice Ring Isle. So, like a lot of the islands, Ice Ring Isle will be of more importance to us for now, but we're just going to grab a treasure there. So once you get there, you can grab the sunken treasure for 200 more rupees. Also, while you're on Ice Ring Isle, be careful not to get too close to the island because you will freeze and take damage from that. There are also some of the cannon ship enemies around, so be careful of them as well. So our next destination is one sector to the west at Southern Fairy Isle. And here I kept going through my treasure charts because I thought we were getting a treasure there, or I read my notes wrong. We actually weren't getting a treasure there, we are going to the platform there. So that's why I was going through my treasure charts here. You can imagine how frustrated I was when I looked back at my notes and it said Southern Fairy Isle platform, not treasure. So these platforms are set up a little bit differently than most of them that we've been doing. There are 3 of them here, and the one in the middle doesn't have a ladder that can go up. So what you want to do is take care of all of the cannons. So since there's 4 on each of them, that should be 12 cannons that you have to destroy. And every time you destroy all the 4 cannons on one of the platforms, a new treasure chest will appear in the middle platform. So the platform that we really want to destroy the cannons on is the one that's to the west of the middle platform. But you get, not sure what the spoil item was for destroying the ones on the other platform. But once you've revealed the treasure chest, then you can head up either platform play the Wind's Requiem. Since I was short on magic too, I didn't even realize I was short on magic. I just thought my button wasn't working, and so I jumped off a couple of times. Something kind of funny there. But if you're short on magic from the flight control platform, there is a little bit of magic, just enough to get you to the platform there. But yeah, I accidentally jumped off without noticing that, hey, I didn't have magic. So once you do finally get over there, make sure you take out the bokoblins, and if you need joy pendants, make sure you grab those. And especially if you have magic, or if you need magic, try and see if you can find some. You get a skull necklace in the other chest that appears. But in the important chest, we get treasure chart number 40. So one more stop in this video, and that is one square to the southwest at Headstone Isle. Or Headstone Island, one of the two. So you want to pull the treasure up there for another 200 rupees. And that is the end of part C of chapter 7, so see you guys next time for part D when we finally finish this long chapter.